and then get to my panel. Front page of the PD, Ruto, Gideon battle lines drawn after Mote burial. Stage set for bruising contest for control of Kalenjin vote and the community's place in national politics after Baringo Senator was picked to take over family's leadership mantle from his late father. How do they move from here? What are the dynamics of the political landscape? That's what very many people are looking at right there. Front page of the Daily Nation, Mote, the X-Files. Like the dark secrets of the 1990s TV series, beneath the Nyayo platitudes of peace, love and unity was a cold alien reality of murder, brutality and inhumanity. These are the stories that were not part of the funeral tributes of brave Kenyans who cried and bled for seeking freedom from a brutal KANU dictatorship. That story can be found in your copy of the Daily Nation this morning. Front page of the Standard, the power of the baton, and they're talking about transitions and the political landscape. Their fathers were charismatic leaders who shaped the destiny of Kenya. As Gideon succeeds Mzee and forges closer alliances with Raila and Uhuru, focus shifts to what this means for the 2022 election. That's a story that you can get in your copy of your Standard this morning. Front page of the Star, how Gideon plans to take on DP Ruto. Apart from recruiting new members, KANU plans a series of popularization events. Independence Party to hold a National Executive Council meeting next month to come up with a revival strategy. That's a story that is in your copy of your Star this morning. Front page of the Business Daily, 1.5 billion shilling debt ruling sets stage for Tuju land sale. CS suffers blow just a day after he got hurt in a road crash as court rejects his bid to challenge EABD claim to Karen land. That's a story that's in your copy of the Business Daily, but also a story that has conflicting figures. And it's not, small change when you look at it. XCS HSR arrested over 11 million shilling fraud claim, but on other papers it's 39 billion. On the Star it's 390 million. Who's actually telling the correct figure and where is this figure coming from? That's something we discussed this morning. Let me get to my panel as well. Derrick and Nduta, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Of course, as you can see, most of the papers, politically speaking, are just trying to distill what happens as we move from the fact that now we have seen formally that handover of the baton to Gideon, and it's not speculation anymore. He's supposed to carry the legacy forward and, so to speak, marshal the troops. What does this mean politically? Because the DP has been doing that for quite a while. Yes. He kind of has a head start, Derrick.
Yeah, he has a beachhead in everything he's doing. But I will tend to disagree a bit with the way the story has been presented. I don't see anywhere these two people can compete on politically. One will struggle to speak his native language, will struggle to speak the national language, and cannot sustain politics on a platform for 5 minutes, while the other one can speak for hours on end.
So you don't think politics. This is a duel we should be looking at?
I don't think it's a duel at the moment because it's chalk and cheese. You can't compare the two on the national podium.
Right.
In the Kalenjin vote hunt, I think you'll still need, Gideon will still need Ruto to win, and Ruto will not need Gideon to win a seat. And that's true. And then thirdly, I think this thing should be narrowed down to the Mote family. The baton was handed over to Gideon as a member of a Kenyan political family, vis-a-vis Raila Odinga to the Odinga family or Uhuru Kenyatta to the Kenyatta family. I don't think these two are at the same level at all.
Right.
Yes.
Nduta, what do you think?
I tend to agree, but what's the problem with throwing spanner into the works? Because that's exactly what he has done.
Unless it's muddying the water.
Yeah, we could say that because when you think you have the set timeline, you know by this time I would have amassed this number of people and I know I will be among the top people to compete in 2022. And then this guy comes and now tries to mud the waters, as he has said. So I think basically it's just saying, okay, while you're considering this guy, we also have this guy, and he's coming from a dynasty, as the statement was used. He's coming from a dynasty family, consider him as well. I don't know the extent of that in terms of politics, because as he has said, DP Ruto has a bigger platform as compared to the senator, but also things could change. Politics in Kenya is very interesting. When you think you are what do they say, the jogo of the day, you end up you're finding you're the feather duster.
Right.
So anything can happen in this political arena. And then I think one of the biggest things that will also come into place is the BBI and the drama with the BBI, the people who are pretending to support it, the people who are actually supporting it. There is also the revival of the KANU party. I don't know how that will go, but it will have an impact on the kinds of politics, Kalenjin politics, local politics, and even national politics as well. Okay,
and it's a story that we'll be keenly following. Of course, they said as a party they'll still have 40 more days of mourning, and some people are saying this is just buying time to restructure, regroup, and actually as a party decide which way they move.
The chair of KANU said it is a regrouping. They will give the family the 7 days, that is for the family and everything, and the family will be welcoming a bit of guests and all, including President Kenyatta yesterday. And then now, they will have the whole all-out KANU management and restructuring and everything. It would be interesting to see what will happen with the Independence Party.
It will, but then you can imagine, this guy starts from a point of disadvantage. How many seats does he have in the National Assembly and the Senate?
How many seats did Jubilee have back then? You know,
URP, as a Rift Valley constituency, has more than Jubilee as a party has in other parts of the country.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like it's a set, it's written on stone, but with Kenyan politics, anything can change. Yes, it won't be surprising to see part of Jubilee deciding to move to KANU, or vice versa. You never know. Here you just wait for until everything plays
out. Raila Odinga.
Yeah, there's also that as well.
That is what Nduta must have been thinking of when she said is spanning the work.
Yes.
Okay, and we'll watch keenly what this portends moving forward. It's a lead story in your copy of your PD this morning. Since it's a Friday, we jump quickly to our spice and see what is in that particular section. Page 20 of your People Daily. The Kinyozi evolution. More often than not, women take the spotlight as far as beauty is concerned, but more and more men are joining the looking good, feeling good bandwagon, and barbershops are mushrooming or evolving their craft to capture and keep this crowd. We've seen the competition has been stiff. Gone are the days where you just go under a tree and point to style number 3 and get
and then style number 3 was being drawn by hand.
Yes. Things have changed in this particular landscape. There are places you'll go and a man's grooming takes probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours once he gets in.
Some juice.
Which was kind of unheard of before.
Yeah, you serve some juice, hot coffee. Or
there is even alcohol. There is a, you see, I'm calling it a pub, a man cave that offers you alcohol with your haircut.
But you're not supposed to have alcohol when having a shave.
It's just a glass of wine, a glass of whiskey, and you drink responsibly.
Okay, like what Mote was doing. It is.
Things are changing, even the decor. We walk into just a tiny space, it has on the walls the hairstyles.
Usually a picture of Ludacris.
Usually, yes.
The American rapper.
Yeah, that's true. These days it's all about flash, space, this sofas, like it's turned into a mini, as they said, man cave. And then people come in and hang out, you talk about your sports, you talk about your favorite politics, you have a whole billboard. And there are even places where the barbershops have activations, in the sense that during specific days when the World Rugby was happening, they were showing rugby, and you come up, you enter with an activation of that particular World Cup rugby thingy. There was also different things. So it's looking very interesting now, and the competition is up and up. People are using social media as well.
20-25 years ago to what it is now. I think they have decided to add value to the Kinyozi.
That's
because nowadays you don't have that gentleman who spray some spirit on your hair, and then water, and you're done.
Right.
It takes his time,
true.
That is what appeals to any new customer.
Right.
And I think it's a proper evolution.
Right. And as you can see right there, some of the barbershops that have just come to the fore in that particular regard. As you can see, Castro's Man Cave is really popular.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And they even have what's called a QR code. That to set your appointments. You don't need to go there and say nakuja kesho. You just do it online.
It's a definite evolution of the barbershop game, and that story can be found in your copy of the People Daily this morning. I want us to quickly move on to a story that across the dailies, different figures, questions beg. On the People Daily, of course, we're talking about XCS Achesa arrested over 11 million shilling fraud claims on that particular front. We look at the Daily Nation. Achesa quizzed over fake tender. They're saying he was involved in a fake tender close to the tune of 400 billion shillings to supply military equipment. That's around the same figure that's on the Star. The Star saying 390 million Kenya shillings. So, and on the Standard, they're talking about 39 billion. Where are we not looking at the same, statement and not getting the same source, which is the DCI?
We are. I think it's just the representation, because in front of the People Daily, the 11 million is already what the XCS has pocketed.
Right.
And
so
then
more that's supposed
there is more that was supposed to come in, because the deal is 39 billion or 40 billion thereabout. Yeah. So already he's taken in 11 million.
Right.
And which is part of his
consultancy fees.
Right.
It's not, the deal hasn't even started making sense. It's just because we have had this discussion and I brought this to you, 11M.
Right.
But the right amount is 40B.
It's 40 billion.
Then there is another dollop when you make them clinch the deal.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you go through the paper trail, after crunching the figures, you'll find that the gentleman had even spoken to the CDF, the Chief of Defense Forces, apparently had agreed on some of these things. And I just wonder how brave and tenacious we can be to eke a living.
The big question also we're asking here is, for a man like this, with the history he has, how did he pass all vetting agencies, get to Parliament, and was approved to be a CS, yet you can see what comes in his bag.
And that's just a tip of the iceberg. If you go back to 1 year, 1.5 years ago, just before he lost his job, there was that story about it's not proven yet, of this gentleman who used the president's number to, and they were all his clique, the name and number, and
even voice,
it was his clique, his clique of friends. So you can imagine so much has been happening to him. There is a history of violence in Mumias associated with him. And then this is the big one where I hope somebody was trying to use his name.
Right.
And not him doing the real thing.
Well, it's a big story, of course, after his arrest yesterday. You can get that story in your papers this morning. We want us to move to the Pulse magazine in your Standard because of time right there. And they're talking about your celebrities, your superstars, and the things they have done for love. It's on page 12 of your Pulse magazine. Celebrity confessions. Like all of us, celebrities date, fall in love, and also do pretty crazy or plain stupid stuff when Cupid strikes. Going through the details right there, from Arrow Boy to Washira of Heart the Band, Kamene Goro as well, Kush Tracy. And I think this also just shows us that from what we see on social media, or the music videos, or television, or radio, everyone at the end of the day just love hits us all the same way.
Yeah.
You can't be immune to what it does.
It's human. It's human. It doesn't care you're a millionaire, you're the pauper. When it comes, it's a whole other thing.
But in the celebrity world, it might be plastic or stage managed, is it?
Yeah, it could be, or it could be real, and then things just don't work out.
David Beckham, Victoria Beckham?
But
I don't know. I can't say.
You think it's stage managed? They've stood the test of time. So
yeah, but I think it was initiated from a different level, the first kiss, or whatever it's called. Okay, that's it.
So you don't believe in celebrity love? Is that
I don't believe in it. Right? Have you been to Hollywood? Although if you read a newspaper in LA, you have this page that tells you who divorced yesterday, who is going out with who, and Every day you get a new story
But
in the LA
I think
Gossip magazine.
we had a discussion here last time that it's just because they are in the limelight that we get into their personal business.
Yeah.
Like,
But they play it up.
yeah, some of them do, some of them don't, and it depends with whoever they are. Because I'll give an example of Jay-Z and Beyonce. We only get to hear about them when they want us to hear about them.
Right.
And then there are people who everything is in the limelight from the beginning to the end. And Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, as much as we see them on the show, it is not, it is in doses. Like we see more of Kim Kardashian and her sisters on whatever they do as compared to seeing them together with Kanye.
Right.
And now we even have so many celebrity shows that are talking about love and all that. They are matching people. You get married on the first, you meet your wife and husband on the first, on your wedding day.
Wow.
Yes, there is another one, you go on vacation, and then while you are trying to hook up with somebody else, they bring in your ex, and then it's just so complicated. So it makes for good TV, but in reality, things could be as simple as some of these questions here, or they could be as complicated as I don't ever want to see that person anywhere close to me.
Right.
So you never know what love will bring to the page.
I watched a strip in Tanzania last year, and it was in Zanzibar in particular. And there was Mote, Harmonize, and that top-level Tanzanian celebrities. And you have Haji Manara there to spice it up, to make it look very big. And exactly what you're saying, there is an ex, either planted or coincidental. She appeared on the scene. Yeah. And it was a proper punch-up. Right. It was a proper powder keg, for that matter. And anyway, with the celebs, you just expect anything from them. They live in a different world from you and I.
Right, and of course, as you can see, it's a big story right there. You can find it on page 1213 of your Pulse magazine. But also, the Pulse talking about Joy for Maribe's Joy in time for Valentine's. He got his bail hearing yesterday, was released right there. And some people are saying it's just very opportune right before Valentine's right there.
I don't think it's opportune in that sense.
He has been penned.
Yes.
He can't walk out of Nakuru. He has to go to the police station.
Yeah.
He's the chief every month.
Oh my God, he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But I wonder what's going on in his mind right now. He's gone through a lot. He needs a proper counseling session. And lo and behold, everybody ran away from him.
Right.
He stood by himself and family. Now we are praising him. Probably we are talking about Valentine. I hope Jackie will be joining him wherever he'll be. No, it's not a laughing
no comment. No.
Well, at least he is out as far as that's concerned, and let justice take its course. Those are some of the stories that you can get in your copy of your dailies this morning. As we jump into the weekend, of course, it's a big romantic weekend. What's the plan, Derrick?
I'm waiting to read the gossip next Monday.
What are any Valentine's surprise? Don't have to say it here.
No, I don't think of it. I'm not even thinking of Valentine.
Right.
I was telling her before the show that they just whiz past.
Right.
You don't know what happens around.
Right.
And she's in black. I expected her to be in red.
What Valentine's weekend? Any significance?
Not really.
Right.
I'm just going to rest. It's been 2 long, hectic weeks. And yeah, that's what all I'm looking forward to. But enjoy the day, show love, appreciate each other. Happy Valentine's.
Okay, fantastic stuff. But right here on the show, we won't let it just end like that. Boovi, please, it is a Valentine's Day. We have a lovely lady on set.
Right.
We won't let the day go like that. So please do the honors.
You know, I'm usually told to sing at such particular moments, but since ulinikataa mara mingi, I'll just come as I am and say happy Valentine's.
Thank you very much.
Kamata hiyo. And then just to sweeten your tongue later on, here you go. Usiseme sifupatia kitu.
And the bench conference?
Derrick, for you get the business daily.
Like see how you
take that.
In the bench conference, we have a single mouth, so you relax. That is courtesy of the team, of course.
Okay, cheers. Okay, thank you.
So you can go and enjoy yourself. Derrick, shikilia your business daily. That's what you get for a Friday.
Okay.
Fantastic. That's how we wind up our newspaper review this morning. Thank you so much, Derrick, for making time. Nduta as well. We take a short break. DJ Grass is also in the house from Nakuru. He has brought the fire right here. It's a Hangout Friday, and this is K24 TV.